Yes.
Let's say
Optional.
doctors say, hey, I can install you a blowhole.
Why?
No, that's not part of the question.
Okay.
I can install you a blowhole so you won't choke on food,
Okay.
right? Because that takes down a lot of good men, a lot of good God's army.
Like, so an optional, like, if, like a plug. So, like, you eat a piece of fish, it goes down the wrong pipe. This is it for me. Wait a second. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Oh, you didn't keep it corked.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, no.
I just want one where I can put that thing in my voice like,
Wow.
Yeah,
That
like
just takes little cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like a speaker.
I
Yeah.
like that.
I will say, this is no lie, probably the most frightened I've been for real in my life because I don't believe in ghosts. I used to clean an office for a living.
Yeah.
And
It's funny that you don't believe in ghosts.
yeah, but I'll get there. But I was 17.
But you are a Christian. It's like, I don't get it.
What?
Yeah, we go live. But okay, so I'm cleaning this office. I was told that I was alone.
Okay.
And I go into one side of the building that I actually wasn't supposed to be on.
Well.
But I was like, I'm alone. Let me go see what's over here.
Yeah, candy.
And
White
there
people
was
stuff. That's white people stuff.
Exploration.
No black person's like, yo, let me go see what's over here.
No, there are no black urban explorers.
No, none. Dora is
Oh.
Hispanic.
Wow.
Straight up.
I am the opposite.
Okay.
So I go open the door, and there was a lady that had one of those boxes. And
Oh my
I
gosh,
screamed because I wasn't expecting her to be there.
Yeah.
She screamed, same reason. But I opened the door, and she goes, ah, and
wow.
I lost
That's a
my
scary sound.
mind, bro.
Yeah.
I was 17, and I was like running, cursing, and I was.
That's a zombie sound.
And then I felt bad. I was like, oh no, like
you
I'm
don't feel
the
bad.
threat. You know
Are
what I
you?
mean? I mean, to her,
She's
like,
had a life.
She has a lot more reason to be afraid than I do.
I just need to
so.
know the context of that.
Just that was a
Oh,
scream.
Lily's back.
She had one of the hey Lily, good to see you. She had one of those boxes, and so
But she wasn't quick enough.
But she wasn't like trying to like say nothing. Like she could have been like mid song in her headphones.
Yeah.
You know, you just never know. You never know where she
it was
was
actually
at.
silent, and then she was like, ah. So
Wow.
that's how I
She
knew.
put it up.
Yeah, exactly. That's how she knew.
It's crazy.
So Ryan, we are live for live stream now.
I'm taping that thing to my throat. I'm not holding it up and down.
Straight
What
up.
was that?
Yeah.
Almost live for live
Almost
stream.
live.
And then we will roll on here. And when we roll on here, like I said, it's just the intro. Josh, do we want to talk about 90s music for the intro?
We can do that.
I like it.
Yeah. And then
Are we gonna? Oh, can you put it in? Like,
in post?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, I was like, what song is that?
SWV.
Can we
Can you put it in? It does sound
What
like
song
a.
is that?
Same
Yeah.
theme. That's the same theme as the 90s song.
That's probably,
Freaknik.
that's probably Genuine's album.
I remember, no lie, growing up, I remember hearing certain songs and not knowing the context, but knowing it was bad.
Right. You didn't know why it was bad. You
But I
just,
knew it was bad.
something in your spirit didn't sit right. You was like, this ain't it.
So my dad had this thing where he would say, and this is going to sound very racist of him, but he would let me listen to gospel music
Okay.
and country music. And so that was like
Oh,
his
yeah.
two things. So for him, country wasn't secular. It was like gospel is Christian.
It's God's music.
It's God's music, right?
Yeah.
So on a mixtape, I had a group called The Inspirations, and they did I'll Fly Away. And the very next track was Cocaine Blues by Johnny Cash.
Wow.
And so I
Inspirational.
remember as a kid being like, I don't know why this is wrong, but I know it's a bad song. Like I knew it was a bad song.
Yeah.
You just knew.
I think it was a part about him killing his wife with a shotgun.
I didn't know that part.
really got
Yeah,
me.
that must have been the bonus track.
Bro, people talk about, okay, new country sucks because all the singers got a boot in their mouth post 9/11.
Get them.
But dude, old country was like,
What does that mean?
they love like
They're licking that that
pro-
military boot.
yeah, post 9/11 they got very like pro America, pro like war.
We'll put a boot in your ass.
Yeah. Like pre
That
like,
bullshit.
These are terms that I don't know.
Oh yeah, no. Boot licking is like it can be towards police or military.
right.
Anybody wears a boot.
Boot liquor.
Yeah.
So pre 9/11 country was like stick it to the man, like do drugs, like that
Yeah.
was country music.
Chattahoochee River.
Yeah, post 9/11 it was very
Stick it to the man
Yeah.
by doing drugs.
that was
Nothing
real.
shows the man that you're in control by getting hooked on meth. Nothing.
That's true. But so it was interesting. But all my country music growing up was like that, dude. So it was rough. But it was just where my dad like didn't bother to listen to it. He was just like by default, country is good. It's not secular.
It may have been. I think it was post 9/11 when I was still in church, and a guy came to Wayne's church, and he had this Lexus, and it had gold letters on the side, his stickers. But he would ride with his bodyguard in this 2-seater Lexus.
I remember that.
And then he shows up and he preaches, but then he does a musical performance, and he starts with like the Star Spangled Banner
Yeah, I remember that.
on like guitar, and that's
His single was called "Castles in the Sand."
yeah.
Oh, he was a pimp.
Oh yeah.
He was a pimp.
Yeah.
He said, I'm over here in the sand in another land while you build castles in the sand. And it was all just fucking military bootlicking.
Yeah.
Bootlicking.
Yeah.
I like that term. I don't even know when I'm gonna use it, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna try it a lot.
You'll feel
This
it.
week.
You'll feel it.
feel
You'll
it.
know.
I think.
Oh,
like,
walk into Mission Barbecue when they at noon. Then you see
Hey,
bootlickers.
you setting me up now. Don't send me to no Mission
They
Barbecue.
tried to get me to go Mission Barbecue after we did JJ Karate,
I remember that.
and it was like 11:50. They go, "We're going to Mission." I'm like, "Not me."
Not today.
Have you ever been, Ryan?
You know what
I've
happens
been
at
to-
noon?
I've been to Mission Barbecue. I like the food, but I just know what kind of atmosphere it
You know
is.
what happens at noon?
No.
This is real. This is real.
Star Spangled Banner. Everybody stands up. They put flags on the TV.
You're not serious.
Stop your lunch.
I
No,
promise.
this
You're
is
not
real.
serious.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's the
I'm going for that. At noon, I'm gonna stand in line like I'm getting food, and then I'm just gonna stop
just
and
watch.
I'm
yeah,
gonna watch and I'm
it's
leaving.
gonna happen. Everybody stops,
And they say, "Where you going?" I'm like, "Getting ready to go down to Four Rivers."
and they go, and they just say bootlickers.
Gotta go.
Well, bro, I will say this, man. This is no lie. So when we were there, I didn't know. No one warned me, and I was there with a guy that was going through some heavy stuff, and he was mid tears, and they're like, "And now for the national anthem." And
Oh, yeah,
and
they
bro,
announce
like
it.
robots. Everybody was like, stood up, and I did it because peer pressure. Because it's like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
naturally.
Like,
You was
Yeah.
nervous.
yeah, like what?
Like, are they gonna take my plate away?
if you if you
What's gonna
don't
I
do
happen?
it,
really want my cornbread.
I will. I mean, everybody in there is
Yeah.
like they're actual like vets or soldiers, most of them.
Yeah.
And so, like for me, when I see someone who's like 70 and they're still kind of jacked, I'm like, he would kill me. You know what I mean?
Easily.
Sure.
And he wouldn't think twice about it because he's already done everything he set out to do.
Yep.
So like he has nothing to lose.
He has nothing to
doesn't.
live
You know what I'm
for.
saying? Like
Yeah.
He
well,
would
the
ruin
cops
my
are gonna show
podcast.
up, and he's gonna be like, "He didn't stand
Yeah.
at
Oh.
noon," and they're gonna be like, "All right, he deserved it."
yeah.
Deserved it.
Great, he's gonna like toss some coke my way and be like, he must have had this drugs on him.
Clearly that was
That's
it.
what
Yeah.
happened.
This man was coked out.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Are we live?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
All right, Wayne, kick a freestyle. Go.
I think Luke just Googled,
How do you go live?
"How do you go live?"
What we can do is just start the episode and they can come on when they come on.
I got time tonight.
If that's okay.
It's
Or
Thursday.
Yeah, nothing's going on.
The club's not going up.
I remember Thursday night was the night at the Belfry. You could get in if you were under 18.
wait, what
That's
was the
dangerous.
The
Belfry?
Belfry was a church that had a club in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, explain church club to me. I'm lost.
It had a steeple, and people went there and partied.
So it wasn't an active. It wasn't an active church.
I think it was. I
Oh,
think it was
okay.
like the Methodist church around Lake Hollingsworth.
Because I remember.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Methodists.
I remember growing up,
Oh,
and
shit.
there was venues that were
Under 18?
under 18 venues, but they were always at like a church or something. It was a southern thing.
Cool.
'Cause
Really?
I think they would be like, oh, they're safe here.
Oh, like a lock-in. Did you do a lock-in?
I've done a lock in not because I've been like
An accidental?
no, I was running them and I didn't. It was the last time I did it. I did it one time and said never again.
Okay.
There was
What's
a
the
kid.
age?
Man, it was middle school to high school.
Oh, the worst.
Listen, there's this one time we were playing this game. It's I don't know, some kind of like I feel bad about this name because I don't really know what it means. So I'm just-
Oh, no.
Here we go.
but it's called German Spotlight.
Oh, my God.
Did you see how I like adjusted in my seat because I'm uncomfortable with
I
that
did
saying?
too. Wow.
I mean, that's the thing is, I don't know what it means either, but I'm like,
Well, I have a feeling if the Germans are controlling the spotlight, they're looking
Yeah,
for something.
yeah. And I didn't realize that until just now.
Yeah, I did.
That happened today
Oh my
when I
gosh.
realized how crazy that
Can
name
we get
Oh.
someone to Google church game German spotlight?
So what it is you turn
I
all
think-
the lights out in the building and you have people that have flashlights.
Yeah.
And when they shine the light on you,
Mm-hmm.
they have to walk you back to like an area and then your friends can tag you out.
Okay.
yeah.
So there was this kid who was inside of our gymnasium.
Okay.
And he was hiding on the stage. And so one of the people with the flashlights went up there and flashed him, and he didn't want to go back.
Of course not.
So he took off running,
Oh no.
and he Michael Jordan off the stage in the dark.
Oh
And
wow.
so this is what I heard legit. It was like, you ain't gonna get me.
Oh
Wow.
no.
And it was
Oh,
just
no.
like, and then like
Cracked.
we turned the light on, and his foot was turned the opposite way.
Oh.
And so I had to
wow.
tell his mom. She cussed me out.
You said we were playing German Spotlight.
We were playing German Spotlight. And that was it. That was the last time I ever did a lock-in. I'll never do it again.
I
Okay, one broken leg. You don't want to do it.
okay, I did a lock-in where I was a chaperone.
No,
And
that's the wrong way to do it.
We had the boys downstairs and the girls upstairs,
Oh, okay.
with the idea that like,
Very progressive.
if we put enough chaperones
Yeah.
there, no sin's gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm asleep. I'm laying by the door,
Okay.
and I'm guarding the boys. And this little girl steps over me, thinking I'm asleep,
Yeah.
and lays down next to this boy named Eric.
Ew.
And they start kissing, and I look over and I go, "Are you serious right now?"
What?
And Eric, I hand to God, goes, "Huh? Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" Like he was
Bro,
asleep.
That's my move.
And I was like, "Bro, that like I was upset, but I'm like, that's pretty clever."
That is
nice.
good.
He pretended to be
Smart
asleep.
guy.
Yeah.
Smart guy. He made it in
Yeah.
life.
He's like,
He made it in life.
He's
You
like,
know
where
that.
am I?
Yeah, that's
doing
like
great.
the old guy the other week who farted and acted like it was his ringtone.
Oh,
Wait, what?
He's standing in front of me, rips one, and then does this. Hello. Like we wouldn't know.
You don't got that ringtone, bro?
I don't have fart. Yeah, yeah.
It comes with realistic smell.
bro, those ringtones though. Cause we come from the same generation of like buying ringtones.
You remember
Oh,
ringtones?
God,
Yes.
yeah, and ring back tones.
She got
Oh,
the apple bottom jeans. How many people
Oh
had
wow!
that
Oh,
one?
everybody,
Everybody had it.
everybody had.
My
it.
mom had
Well,
that.
the 8-bit version first,
that's no lie. I will say I don't want to get into a cruise.
before lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like deep, 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 deep.
I don't want. I don't want to get. I don't want to
It's
get
so
like
bad.
into. Are we good now? Heck
Yeah.
yeah. I don't want to get into a cruise story too early, but in the cruise section, remind me of the apple bottom jeans because I do have a story related to that
For-
song.
This is
in the cruise ships.
wild. I got hex put on me and I got chafed. Yeah, I was going down in the Bahamas and I
no.
didn't pay for like a trinket.
Did your head shrink?
No, I got chafed. I got chafed. I was playing basketball in leather pants, and then I was like, "Oh man, this isn't natural. I never get chafed when I play basketball in leather pants." And I told like the driver, we went back on the same tour, and he's like, "That lady hexed you," and he's like, "You gotta give her $20." So I gave her $20, and then the chafe healed.
Wow.
Tell me about it. God's real.
I love the logic though of like the leather pants not being at all
I
being
was
an option.
balling too.
Leather pants wouldn't chafe you.
No,
Prince did it.
I was like the professor out
Yeah.
there. Just hoops. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
That
Are
was
we
good.
live? Hey, live stream.
I
Good
was
to
slow,
see you.
though.
We appreciate you for tuning in tonight, hanging out with us on a Thursday night. We're here with our friend Ryan Flanagan, and we're gonna do episode 234.
Yeah.
234. We've been talking about
Brian's lucky number. It's odd.
It's my lucky number.
Doesn't come up
that.
a lot.
That's why he's here.
That's why you're here.
2:34. That's what time I wake up every night. Say, what am I doing in my life?
Hey, man.
What am I
The
doing?
alarm is set though. The alarm is set, and
Yeah.
you just wake up at this
What
one.
am
It's called contemplative hour.
What's happening?
I went through a season where I woke up every night at 3 on the dot. And I don't believe in like wives' tales or any kind of weird superstitions, but I started to think about it because I was like a week in a row, 3 in the morning on the
That's
dot.
weird.
Bro, my wife, for the last year, this is real life.
Yeah.
She has woke up at 3:33
What's happening?
every morning, and then she will see it.
Hate that.
Look on the gas, because you know gas is probably 3:33. So she's looking.
Oh,
Oh my-
numerically, you can't. yes.
She can't. She
gosh.
sees it everywhere.
Oh,
Yes.
this is like,
And so you know my logic.
yeah.
Let's play the
Let's
lottery.
play it. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's,
get to hit
what,
the
that's not what
jackpot.
I was thinking, but I was
No?
like, Mark of the Beast.
Well,
Yeah. 333s, 9.
halfway there.
it's probably the same.
Yeah, Mark of the Beast and the
Probably
lottery.
the same.
I will say this, dude. It's like confirmation
love of
bias.
money.
You buy a car and then you see that car everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I could see
logic.
numerically why, because there wasn't there a Jim Carrey movie
23.
where he saw the same numbers
Drove
everywhere.
him crazy. Oh, no.
So
Sorry, man.
Well,
Yeah.
Hate that you found out this way.
Yeah, that sucks.
And Jim Carrey's Jim Carrey's number in that movie was 234.
Wait
You're
a
kidding.
minute.
No.
It was 23.
But that would, man, how long could we go with a prank on an episode? We never tried that before. That'd be kind of funny, though.
Or are we?
234.
No, I wish. Okay, so we'll go live. We'll do the intro. Ryan, we'll segue into you. It's pretty straightforward. And we'll go 90s music. Live stream, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for transitioning from one link to the other, right? We're good now. And cool. Awesome. Here we go. So, Ryan, we're going to go 3, 2 backwards, silent 1, and then we'll start.
J-Mos.
What's that? Oh, please. Yes, please. Are you ready?
You want me to start twerking?
Please. Is that Bobby Walker?
If you want to sip, this is community and communion.
Here we go. Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. We are joined this evening by our good friend Ryan Flanagan. Hello, Ryan.
What's going on?
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm well.
We were having some interesting conversations before we went live.
Yes.
We discussed lock-ins.
Yep.
We discussed Freaknik.
Blowholes.
We did not discuss Freaknik well enough, but yes.
We talked about a lot of stuff.
It's a lifestyle.
I will say, I said to Ryan, Josh and I feel like we would have fit in at Freaknik. And Ryan said unequivocally, no, you would not.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not saying you wouldn't fit in.
Yeah.
I just don't know that
We'd make
any
it out.
of us would be ready for that.
Right.
In
That's a
middle school,
wild
I could do
time.
the squirrel. And that was a dance move that a group of black girls taught me. And they were proud of me.
I'm going to tell you something. It
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of dancing happening that food.
Okay.
That's the misconception.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so that segued into 90s music. And you said something, Ryan, that was pivotal. You said, what was going through our parents' minds allowing us to listen to the music we were listening to
My
in the
goodness.
90s? And you mentioned Pony.
Pony is crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
And you were 7 years old.
grotesque.
7.
Right.
Yeah.
And our parents were just like, hey, this is the tune that we're listening to on the way to school today.
If you're horny,
It was right there.
if you're 7 years old and if you're horny.
Right.
Yeah. These lyrics aren't veiled.
No.
No.
They're
No.
not undercover.
secret.
It's not like the Skeet Skeet that came out and every white woman was singing it. Right?
I know what you're talking
I mean,
about.
Yeah.
I know what ski ski is.
Yeah.
Okay,
we
but,
do.
Okay, but I did it, and I will say this: I got my youth pastor's wife to say it because I thought it was just a catchy song, and we were bowling, and she would
Yeah.
bowl, and she hit a strike, and she goes ski ski. And seriously,
Yeah.
when I learned what it was, I felt terrible. But you know, it is what it is.
Did
Yeah.
she feel terrible after she found out?
I think she felt awful.
But
she
what I'm
felt-
saying is that's a little.
She had to say that.
Yeah, she had to.
That's
Right,
veiled.
yeah.
That's veiled, right?
It is veiled.
But back then, if you're horny, let's do it. It couldn't be any more clear what the message
What
is.
they wanted.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yes. And okay. So,
Ride it, my pony.
right. Well, okay. Let me say
That
this.
part I don't really understand.
Oh, you
Okay.
don't have a nickname?
Pony? I would never say that.
I would be grossed out.
I would.
Oh, you're
yeah.
not genuine.
Yeah. Well, I'm
He
genuine.
can say it. Okay.
Sorry,
There's
here
a
we
difference
go.
between
That was-
genuine and genuine.
That was a
Yeah.
white joke. I'm sorry.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a second. I'm genuine.
I love genuine.
Okay. I will say this though. I do think I had FOMO from missing Freaknik by 4 years. It was 2002 when I found out about.
I think the rerun of it was 99. I think it was more 93, 94.
Right, and then they did a callback on 99 because of Y2K.
Because everybody's going to die.
Right. So
Gotta
just
get the
live it
freak
up.
out.
All right. So
Right, Ryan?
It's nasty.
All right. If I'm
nasty.
honest, I saw it on Real Sex HBO.
okay.
And I think it's what
This is
made me
deep.
into liking dance.
like
Nah, that's not what made you like dance. That's not it. That's not what that
That's
made
not
you.
it?
That's not what that made you like.
I thought I was like, why do I like ballet and other forms of dance?
You like
Rump
something else.
heavy.
What? Okay, well, I will say when I was growing up, I mentioned this earlier. My dad had two types of music that I could listen to, and one was gospel, one was country. And in my dad's eyes, country was equal to gospel, like it wasn't secular. And so I had a mixtape that had "I'll Fly Away," And the very next song was Cocaine Blues by Johnny Cash. And I think it's the same spirit where your parents just don't think about like certain songs. It's like, I want to hear it, so I'm not concerned about what it actually says because I want to hear it.
Yeah.
And the kids in the back seat going, I'm learning a whole life lesson right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Well,
maybe. I mean, I'm listening to what my kids listen to today, and I'm telling you what, bro.
It's bad.
good.
No, she's not. My daughter's not like listening to. He's my best friend.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But she knows the words.
Right. Well,
And I don't know. That's what's scary is when your kids know. You're like, we don't listen to this.
oh, true.
Where did you hear this at?
Yeah.
I don't listen to that.
I guess it would be the opposite, right? Because like if you knew where it came from, like it came from your playlist,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, that's on me, my bad.
Right.
But you don't know where it came from, and you're like, wait a second.
And you know where all her time is spent.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah, it's true. She
who's
can't
showing me
drive. Yeah, you see her everywhere. That's interesting. What if you found out that secretly your lovely wife was like,
oh, it is.
Oh, okay.
Without a
Wow.
doubt.
Okay. Well,
Without
that's
a
easy.
doubt.
I
Like,
love it.
I make sure that my kids listen to
Leland.
weird stuff.
Okay.
I give them weird stuff. Like we'll listen to a soundtrack of an anime show.
Come
That's what I'm
on.
talking
Attack
about.
on
And
Titan.
they'll
Yeah.
like they'll listen to weird stuff like that because I want them to have like
Culture.
culture.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, I'll throw in like some cool stuff every now and
Two
again.
Life Crew. Right.
No.
Petey Pablo.
We
you
just
know.
I try to keep it as clean as possible because again, I just know what I was listening to
Right.
when I
Yeah.
was 8 and 9, and I'm like,
Scary.
knocking boots. That's
Right.
a crazy song for me to know every word to.
That's true.
H-Town? H-Town, knocking the
Yeah.
boots.
I feel like
I got pregnant listening to that song. That's how good it was. That was a good song.
It's a crazy
That
song.
and SWV, Weak in the Knees,
Come
I would
on,
have given
come
myself.
on.
come on. Okay, so speaking of which, Ryan, you brought headlines.
Yes, I
You
brought
got a
some
couple
headlines.
headlines
Let's
that
see.
I
stood out to you this week.
The first one is from I think it's in Fort Lauderdale. There is a rapper by the name of YMW Melly.
Okay.
That's his name.
Are they running out of names?
They're just running out of stuff.
They're running out of
Just
stuff
running out
and
of stuff.
names.
This young man wrote a song a few years ago called "Murder on My Mind."
Okay. Wow.
Not an original topic.
But that was his song.
Okay.
And the song that he wrote, in the lyrics, he was describing when he killed his best friend.
Oh,
Well, that's no good.
it's a confession?
Was the best
Yes.
friend alive?
No,
Uh-oh.
he is now in prison
Okay.
because of that song.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
but the
tough.
street cred.
I mean, maybe, but he was singing it kind
Is
of.
getting locked
You can't
up street
kill-
cred?
It's like that's weird.
It's auto-tuned?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
auto-tune.
no, he did a
It's
chorus
auto-tuned?
himself?
Yeah, he had on skinny jeans in the video.
Oh, wow.
It's like if
Here we
somebody
go.
kills me in skinny jeans, I'm upset.
Amen. Yeah,
And
that may be the best line.
that's the worst. So this young man, he's on trial, and
Evidence is easy.
the defense
Yeah.
is upset with the prosecution because they are introducing witnesses, one of which, this is the funny part of the
Okay.
story, is a detective. He showed up to court with a blue suit and a ninja mask
Oh,
Come
my
on.
God
because
bless.
he didn't want to be
Bull.
he didn't
on.
want to be known, or he didn't
Okay.
want YMW Melly to know who he was.
No.
But YMW Melly's got
theater.
skinny jeans on.
But he's got murder on his mind too.
He's got murder on his mind.
It's always on his mind. He can't get nothing accomplished.
Nothing.
Unless it's
He
murder.
just thinks about murder.
Okay,
Wow.
let me ask you this though. So the baby shot somebody in Walmart, right?
I guess.
Allegedly.
You telling me or
Allegedly.
asking me?
Okay.
And let me tell you something. That is not even probably true.
Yeah.
But because I'm black, I have to say that.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
can talk
allegedly.
about OJ allegedly.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Allegedly.
Okay, so allegedly, like this guy had murder on his mind and killed his best friend. But would it make it any less like credential worthy if it was like poison or like a bow and
Oh,
arrow? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Like espionage?
yeah, like what if it was like,
some
007?
real
like,
thought.
it makes it
Yeah.
even worse if it's like he put some like just like a little bit of extra like poison in his drink. And he's like, go ahead and try this tea.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's even like it's
just-
awful.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess like if you kill somebody with
Espionage.
a drink with espionage.
Yeah.
I just feel like
some
that's
spy
not.
games.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll excuse skinny jeans if it's a katana.
Okay.
I feel like those go hand in hand.
Like your friend's like, hey, what's going
Tell
on?
me why you think those go hand in hand.
I feel like a skinny jeans rapper would be comfortable with a katana.
Okay.
I'm trying to picture it.
I
Yeah.
see it.
Not sheathed on his back, but like on his wall,
Yeah, because
and he
I'm
grabs.
like, he would
it.
never be able to get
No,
No.
yeah.
No, on the wall. Because his friend is like, hey, man, we're just hanging out tonight, right? And he's like, yeah, have a seat.
Well, what'd the friend do?
Ah, that's the question. Not that we are excusing murder.
I don't really know what his
Yeah.
friend did,
Okay,
but the song wasn't a song expressing.
frustration.
Regret?
No, it was a song about, man, I did this.
But not like I'm sorry.
No, it was like,
Or he
man, I
made
did
me.
this, and like
Okay.
I want y'all to. It was like confessional.
Wow.
Like, I feel bad.
No.
Okay, he didn't feel bad.
There was no
oh,
guilt
not
there.
a Catholic confessional.
Yeah,
No,
it was,
okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like, hey, I did this.
I heard
Bragging.
growing
Wow.
up that like one of the ultimate crimes you could do in that regard was call somebody's mom a hoe. Because then it was like everything you have coming towards you now you deserve.
Oh,
So I
okay.
wonder if like his friend maybe said something that was similar
Okay, so
or
let
equal.
me say this.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yes, but
It's murder.
nah, I'm just saying, like, if somebody calls your mom that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, you have to fight them.
You have
Okay.
right.
But
Fists.
also, before you clench your fist to fight them,
Yep.
you got to do some research because
Right.
that might have been true one time.
I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Wow.
Yeah.
And so, like, if somebody said that, he was like, "I'm knocking you out." It's like,
yeah.
but
let
like,
me,
my
let me
man,
check this. Let me
they're like,
Google my mom.
I'm just telling you what my dad told me because
Wait a second.
Yeah, my mom did have an OnlyFans.
They went on vacation to Amsterdam how many
Oh,
times?
yeah. What's happening
And then
there?
you're like, I still got to fight you, bro, but what you're saying is true.
it's true.
well, you do
Okay.
that
On
in like the
principle.
clutch.
On principle.
Yeah, in the clutch, you're like, hey, it's true, I agree, but I got to fight.
My
gotta fight
friends are watching. So this guy, what was his name again?
YMW Melly.
What does that stand for?
I don't know.
YMW.
Young men without.
Melly.
I don't
Melly.
know. I don't know.
Melly.
Young men without. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, I just think that so his trial's still going on right
It's
now.
still
We
going on.
we don't know how this is going to turn out.
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
yeah.
We know allegedly his best friend's dead.
Allegedly.
And we
Yeah.
know he owned a katana.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So
There's another rapper that had the similar trouble.
Tell me.
Master P's brother,
See murder.
C Murder.
You can't have
Wow.
a name like that
You
and expect to
can't
live
have it.
a
No.
regular life, man.
Allegedly,
You can't.
His
he
last
had
name was
trouble and
Murder?
might have killed somebody allegedly.
right.
But C Murder
Like
went to-
nobody in corporate America
Yeah.
like is like, yo, my name is John, but you know my friends call me Money Swindler.
Right.
Everybody
yeah.
knows what you're up
100%.
to.
Oh, that'd be
man.
so respected though.
I do
White
this.
collar crime, that's the crime to commit.
That's what it's kind
Can
of
we
like
be honest?
when everybody found out the W in George W. Bush stood for war crimes. It kind of fit.
I'm
You see-
sorry,
you
huh?
see-
Yeah.
I'm
No,
sorry.
Okay,
what?
so this guy, we're gonna go ahead and we're not gonna judge him because we're gonna let the court system play itself out. But I think as an entertainer, if you're gonna confess something, that is a decent way to do it. Write a banging song. Write a
Is
single.
it a banger though?
Like I wrote a song called "I Evade Taxes,"
Yeah.
and no one believed me, but it was true.
And then Taxman
true.
came.
Taxman came and I killed him.
What the?
Because
I'm
he had
sorry.
Don't
with
say
a,
that.
with
I'm
a
sorry.
katana.
With the katana.
He
Allegedly.
had murder on his
Yeah,
mind.
that
All right,
makes
dude. Headline number one. That's good. That's a home
Yeah.
run.
Okay.
Number two.
I like that. These are from the dome. He's not even looking at anything.
I know. If you're watching on the live stream, Ryan.
Everybody brings notes.
Yeah, not Ryan.
This next one is crazy. This lady in Florida shot and killed her neighbor,
Allegedly.
allegedly. Allegedly. Well, this was a white woman.
She did it.
She did it.
What's noteworthy about this story is
Yeah.
that the reason why she killed the neighbor was because she said her kids were too loud.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
My
that's
kids are
not
loud.
good. And
That's crazy.
That's scary, dude.
that's not an excuse. We've always said
I
that.
told you to tell them kids to be quiet.
I know.
Well, that's not gonna happen now.
When
Right? I can't pass
Because the
the
kids
message
are probably
on.
still loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now no one's
louder.
telling the kids
Louder.
to be quiet.
Yeah. They don't got no mom.
Well, and they're louder because the gunshot probably made them a little deaf. So now they
That's
just
true.
naturally go
Tinnitus.
louder. Yes.
Yeah.
It's just ringing.
Can you imagine though, like giving that reason to the cops? Well, why'd you do it?
They won't shut up.
Them kids.
Let's see.
It's not even. Honestly,
60
I didn't even
plus
have.
Caucasian.
I didn't even have beef with the mom. It was the kids, but I knew that I would be exiled from society.
Is this a lady that shot through the door?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
it
bet.
fascinating, dude? Because I have seen, I mean, coming up.
I think she stole their iPad too.
What?
No way.
I think if this is the story, she stole their iPad, took it in the house, and the mom just came to get it.
No way.
Yeah,
Okay, well, let me say
That's
this.
crazy.
that's crazy.
Growing up in the age that we grew up in, all three of us, were you a Napster or LimeWire, Ryan?
LimeWire.
Okay, so
Napster
you
for
you've
me.
you've downloaded the wrong things by accident, and you've probably seen people die.
You see murder.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen. Listen, there was
You
there
ever
there was
seen
something that I
a
was
glass
terrified.
cylinder balanced precariously underneath.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but you've
Allegedly.
seen some stuff. Those
Okay,
eyes.
Listen,
We've seen the same stuff. That's
Listen,
1,000-yard
man.
stare.
He's got 1,000 yard stare.
listen. I was always I always heard stories about stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But one of the things that terrified me the most is like seeing like people die.
Right.
Like so, like there
I
was this
hated that
show
too.
called like, or this movie that you could get called The Faces of Death. Do y'all remember?
I
that?
remember that. That's what I was talking about.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
But
son.
you would never get it on purpose. It was always like a record, or you're trying to download something else.
Yeah,
and then you would get
182.
that. I know. I'm trying to hear all the small things, and I get a tsunami video. Yeah,
I'm trying to watch the D'Angelo
Right.
video over and over again.
Yeah.
Which one?
You know which one.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know which one.
I'll show you.
Yeah, no, but okay. I was just gonna say I've seen some stuff. That's my preface. We've
Yeah.
seen some stuff,
Yeah.
right? So I recently on Twitter I saw this video that I didn't mean to see because it didn't start off with no warning.
Yeah.
And there was this couple that I guess that had been harassing their neighbor for over a year, and they were everybody involved was elderly, okay? And all they would do would shovel the snow out of their driveway onto his.
Yeah.
And this went on for over a year until one day the guy just
Very
said,
Leave It to Beaver.
yes. Yeah,
I'll get you, Wally.
100%. Well, Wally wasn't having it.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he comes out.
No, he did it.
He definitely did with an AK-47
Why does everybody own them?
and caps two old people and on their like home security camera.
Yeah.
And then he goes inside and he caps himself. And what's crazy is all the neighbors that were interviewed on the news were like, yeah, we all saw it coming. Like it was that kind of like yard prank
Yeah.
after yard prank after yard prank.
That's malicious.
It's malicious. But what's wild is like my fear in life is I've never pranked anybody. My fear in life is that one of my neighbors would go, man, my leaves keep getting pushed back in my yard. It's that podcast guy, and it's not even me.
That's what you think you're gonna be known for.
He
I like
comes
that.
out with a katana,
Yeah.
and
Murder is on his mind.
murder's
Yeah.
on his mind, and they're saying, I'm like, it wasn't me. Slice.
Yeah.
Slice. You
That's
know what I mean?
scary, man.
Why
I
would
know.
a neighbor kill you, Ryan?
A neighbor would probably kill
That's
me.
a great question.
Why would a neighbor kill me?
I'll take this one.
A neighbor would kill me probably because I was living in the wrong neighborhood.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that got serious.
You want to expound?
I was gonna say praying too loud.
Nah, man.
Yeah. Worshiping
mean-
outside in the nude.
I'm from Ohio originally.
Okay.
Okay. And I remember my first time in Florida, and I drove by
Sorry.
a street called Plantation.
Oh,
I thought we had those taken down.
And
Those
I just was
plantation
like,
streets.
I probably won't move there.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I like that they still style houses. They're like, let's do a plantation house.
yeah.
And it's like, well,
we'll build 'em
should we
very-
think about it first?
Hey, dude,
No.
No, let's
Build 'em.
Yeah.
Build them up.
Hey, fellas.
Hello, Joshua.
What's up?
So I asked Ryan through Wayne what beautiful, amazing story that he would like to tell. And first it was his baptismal. And I thought that
Right.
may be a little soft for us. We get a hard crowd.
Right. Tough crowd.
Yeah. And then he said he had a unique experience on a cruise.
I did.
But before we start that, it is now a tradition to give a gift to our guest.
Come on.
And this is our second gift to our second guest.
This is a new tradition, Ryan. We
Okay.
started this last week.
Do I open this here?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay,
oh,
now
yeah.
here's the deal about opening gifts in front of people that give you the gift.
I hate it.
Because if it's not what you expected or wanted, you still have to muster up the
I
reaction.
guarantee you won't expect this.
Yeah.
Because there's only one of these in the whole world, and you're about to
There's
hold
two. Oh, there's a couple gifts in there.
Wait, what?
Okay. So those two are attached, but they're not one. Those big long clamps are for the Cheetos,
So you
You're
don't
playing
get.
games with me right now.
so you don't get fingers dirty.
That's
That's just
what?
yeah. So they're usually 3D printed in a smaller size, but those are big. And that, because I heard you're a pastor,
Yes.
so that if you stick it on your thumb and open a book, it'll hold the book open for you. And then you got a little personal message to Satan if you want to say it.
This is amazing.
It is pretty, it's pretty amazing. And if you turn it to the side, I didn't want to highlight it. Let me take that.
Oh my God.
You got the date here and FMOFM here, but "Suck It, Satan" is written on his book holder.
Suck it.
That's 3D printed, and then I mixed Elmer's glue and red paint and stuck it in with a toothpick over the course of 30
This
to
is
45
brilliant.
minutes.
This is brilliant.
That's one of a
I
kind.
literally, what I might do is just use this as a
It's
plastic
kind of a
knuckle
bad, yeah.
Yeah.
and like punch people.
Oh yeah, and then
And then
yeah.
it's like imprinted on their
I got to
forehead.
print it in
That's so
reverse next
good.
time though.
I will say this. So that's unique, one in the world. You own it. But also, plastic knuckles aren't illegal. Only the metal ones
Yeah.
are. So you can, and I do know that because I'm Irish. But so you can carry plastic knuckles.
Well, he
get
was
away with it.
carrying brass ones around. I got him acrylic.
That's right.
Murder on my mind.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Murder is on my
And
mind.
then these weren't a gift for you, but when I was walking out and I had 3D printed that big clip, I thought, you know what? Let me give him that clip and some chips.
A clip and chips.
This is it.
Oh, this
This
is
is
gold.
everything for me.
So sorry I couldn't get you puffs.
This is black chopsticks.
Yeah, that's a real gift. So Wayne and I have been on cruises. We went to high school homecoming on a cruise.
That's right.
We had bad experiences. I got hexed and I got chafed from leather pants from a witch doctor, and then I had to pay her off. And so I'm sorry that you have to follow that story. I told it on back in episode like 180.
That's
if you want
crazy.
to hear it.
I love that story. I'm
Big
interested to
fan,
know
yeah.
if like, is that how it goes when someone puts
Yep.
a hex on you?
They look for your weak
It's
spot.
payment
Yeah.
that they're looking for.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
It's blackmail. Spiritual blackmail.
Yeah,
Is what it is.
So if someone puts a hex on me, I know
money,
money is what they're after.
dinero.
I didn't know
That's
that.
good.
Yep.
I love that you met a woman in South America,
It's just Bahamas.
in the Bahamas.
Yeah,
And I don't remember where we went on the cruise.
yeah,
And then you had to pay her off.
yeah. Well, I went on
Yeah,
two
that's
tours.
a sketchy story. I don't believe it.
It healed. It
I had
healed,
to pay her off.
and it healed faster than it would have.
Right.
Because I'm a high friction boy between the
So
legs.
you was so let me just run this back for you.
Yeah.
You were chafing here.
Yeah, I played
And
some
you had to
b-ball.
pay a woman off.
Yeah, because she's like,
Say that slow and then
yeah, I
let us
paid
know.
a woman off to
That's
get rid of my
crazy.
chafe between my legs.
I don't know
from
that
playing basketball.
I don't know if it was that.
You don't think so?
I love that the episode that Josh told us has been out for a year, and
Yeah.
it wasn't until now when Ryan goes, "Wait a second."
Hold up.
I'm starting to not add up. If I'm honest.
Yeah, and you were there for it.
I was taken.
So,
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
so Ryan, your story. What happens there? What?
on a cruise, Carnival.
Carnival cruise.
God, they
First
are the
mistake.
Yep.
First mistake.
Okay.
But I was broke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So me and my wife got married the same day that Kim and Kanye did.
Come on, Jinx.
On purpose.
No.
Okay.
And it was a year after.
Okay.
So we feel good about ours.
Oh, so you're a year later. Okay.
Right. But it was still the
Oh.
same day. We didn't mean to. I swear to you
wasn't
we
in,
didn't.
like,
Because
yeah.
my wife is white, if you guys are looking for context.
I don't think that clears anything up.
You know.
Actually.
Just move on. Allegedly. Just keep moving. So that's how I'm telling the story.
Yeah. Please.
So we booked a cruise.
Yeah.
And we're on Carnival Cruise. We're getting ready to go somewhere in Mexico. I don't really know, but we take off from Tampa. Now, my
Okay.
in-laws live in North Lakeland,
Mm-hmm.
and so they took us to Tampa, to the port. We got on
Yeah.
to the cruise ship. So day one, crazy, bananas. Loved it. We were having fun.
Beautiful.
Come
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Never
you
been
hear
on
the big horn.
you hear
Bum,
the big,
bum.
I've never been on a cruise ship before. I've never been on that cruise ship.
Any desire though before that?
Not really.
Well, okay.
I mean, you find like when you
Wasn't
marry
on the bucket list.
when you marry
Yep.
into like a different culture, you find yourself doing a lot of things that you never would think you would do.
Yeah.
You know
Like
what I'm
not
saying?
having seasoning on your food.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The first time my wife's mom made me chicken, she boiled it and put it on my plate.
God, I could have predicted that a mile away.
I said, "Who is this for?"
Yeah. Do I season it?
What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
This piece of meat looks like your calf muscle right now.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Oh, pasty. Yeah.
It's nasty.
So good.
So, we're on the cruise ship. Day 1, banging, love it.
Right.
Day number 2, great day,
Yep.
fun. So we're on the upper deck.
Oh, yeah.
We're hanging out.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I can smell it.
And you can smell it, man. You can smell, that third rate cooking.
Oh, yeah. That buffet.
You can smell that buffet line.
Yeah.
So we're on the top deck, and my wife is like, "Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna get ready for this evening because we're gonna go
it's the
dancing.
it's
we're
the
gonna go
special
Wow.
evening.
Wow.
Captain's dinner.
We're gonna go hang out." So I'm like, "Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chill up here." I had my favorite music device with me. It was like an MP3 player, it's a Sony.
Wow.
And I had it with me. I had some great music on there. I had like Edward Sharp on there. I had Alex Ebert. I had so
Wow.
much good stuff on
Yeah.
there. I had my morning jacket. I'm like vibing out.
Get it.
I'm just
Yeah.
loving. I'm like loving my vibes.
Life is good.
Life is good. And then like I fell victim to black kryptonite,
Oh, what
Okay.
is black kryptonite?
a basketball dribbling.
Okay.
Guilty,
so,
baby. Yeah.
So
Leather pants.
leather pants. Just it's what we do.
That's what we do.
It's what we do, baby. You feel me?
Yeah. So you hear it out of one ear and you're like, I
So,
know that
I
sound.
know that sound. I know that smell. You know,
Yeah.
I know that Wilson leather. Anyway,
Uh-huh. Can you tell how much grip it is from like
man,
hearing
you
it?
can, You can just. Oh my god! It
Oh,
just
that's
kinda,
a worn ball.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. So I'm like, I'm gonna get me a couple in.
Okay.
So there's these young men. They're playing. I'm like, yo, pass me the rock.
Yeah.
So I'm shooting the ball.
Yeah.
Having a good time. We're playing 21.
Oh, yeah. Friendly game.
So, I'm feeling great. I'm
Yeah.
young. I'm limber. I'm scoring. I feel
So
great about
you
my
in like
game.
swim trunks.
I'm in swim trunks, bro.
And then a shirt says like Tampa.
Something weird.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Something
Yeah.
weird.
Boiled chicken.
Something weird I shouldn't have been wearing. And I'm shooting the ball, and I didn't-
Underhand or overhand?
Oh,
Sinking them.
just getting it. I'm
Yeah.
getting it right.
Okay.
I'm getting it right now. And so, I didn't notice that someone had spilled a drink,
No.
the side. and so I go up for a shot,
Yeah.
and it felt like someone threw a rock behind my knee,
Okay.
Oh.
and I heard it go, and I fall
Uh-huh.
to the ground.
Looking around like who did this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like disheveled. Like,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
like,
Unexpected.
Yeah.
yeah, I was kind of. Do you guys remember like on that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where that alien comes out that dude's stomach? He's like, Quaid.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Like that's how
Yeah.
I was looking around like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Like,
Where's that? Was that sound in me?
Yeah. Did I make that
yeah, I was
sound?
like, what's
Oh
happening?
yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I look down and I'm like trying to move my knee,
Oh, that's gotta be panic.
but I can't move it.
Oh.
And so
Okay.
I'm like, and I'm
like
doing
a
my
bad
best
dream.
not to cuss. This
Yeah.
is day number 2.
Yep.
I'm doing my best. And I'm like pounding on the ground. And then like a series of strange events began to happen.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that was the first one.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking and I see my kneecap is in my thigh.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. The
Ah.
patel's gone up.
Yes.
Suspicious
Not.
lump.
It's not where it's supposed to
I
be.
don't like
so
that.
it was up here.
Did
So
you try to? Did you try to move it?
I did.
Oh
No.
my god!
I tried
can't.
it and I screamed.
Ugh.
Oh wow! It still got nerves.
Yeah, it's just it hurt.
Ugh.
So then like I started looking at like you you ever notice like when you're going through something you start noticing the craziest stuff. So then,
Yeah.
like,
It's just pain.
yeah. Well, like I started noticing my surroundings more, like I was high or something.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Just
was-
pain, adrenaline.
Things are moving
Yeah,
slow.
I'm looking around and I'm like, there's all these like, maybe they're like Filipino or
What?
Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just they all were staffed on this boat.
They
So
got
everybody around, all the staff around you
All
turned
the
into
staff.
Filipinos.
But they were.
Oh, they were originally.
They were. I
Okay.
just never
But you just
noticed.
noticed it.
Until,
Okay.
And I just was
Wow.
like, "What is?"
Yeah.
And so they were saying things to me that I couldn't I
Filipino.
didn't know. And so I'm like,
Yeah.
someone help me.
"Help
Yeah.
me!"
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I told somebody who finally came, was like, "Yo, can you go get my wife? She's in this room." So they go down to get my wife, and
This is
then
not good for her.
they go get a wheelchair.
That's a
And-
pride bump, isn't it?
That is yeah.
Someone brings you, I mean, and because a moment beforehand you were schooling people, and then now some people that you just noticed are bringing you wheelchairs. That's
Yeah.
that's a huge.
crazy.
That's a
yeah.
fall from grace.
It's
Right.
a fall from grace.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm humiliated
And I'm human again.
and
Yeah.
I'm human again.
Let me off this boat.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my people don't do good on boats anyway. That's how it goes.
1 minute in the sky, the next you can't stand.
I can't stand. So I'm sitting in this wheelchair, and like for whatever reason, because the ship was not rocking,
Right.
but for whatever reason, this lady kept bumping me into every wall
What?
she could.
That's
Boom, boom, and so I'm,
wow.
I'm jerking and I'm hurting.
Yeah.
Sorry, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's a language barrier.
But it's not that far. Like, don't
So then-
stop. You know?
Yeah, please.
yeah.
Just
No.
Jane.
tear me up, and then
These are
like
key words.
everybody's like looking at me, and so I put my sunglasses on as if it would hide me.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Right.
People said, "Oh my God,"
His
The guy,
knees in
the
wrong
b-ball
spot.
guy.
Yeah.
But you know what sucks?
What?
Is I left my Sony
No.
MP3, and somebody picked that joint up. So whoever has that, you're welcome, because that
Wow.
music is
Oh
banging.
my God.
Dude,
It
what if
changed- it changed somebody's life.
somebody's
I'm
been
sure.
listening to that for a long time?
I changed somebody's life for
Easily.
sure.
That's a gift you can't like just plan to give away either.
What was the recovery? I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
we get to the room. I'm sitting down and they have a doctor's office there.
Oh, they got
On a
jail. They got
carnival?
everything. Yeah.
They have a jail?
Yeah. Infirmary.
We need to unpack that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
what?
They got morgue. Like people die all day. People die on cruises.
Bury him
all
over
day.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, not on Disney
It's
cruise.
just a big
Ain't nobody
cooler.
ever died on Disney
They
cruise.
just throw you over the side. So I get in there, and the doctor
Yeah.
comes out, and he's Russian.
What? Oh, that's
Okay.
cool. Honestly, that's like upper tier. Like
Yeah.
I'd feel really cool with a Russian
Then
But,
my
but
wife
he's holding
comes
a
down.
hammer, though.
and a sickle.
He comes out, and my wife kind of comes, and she's like, what happened? I'm like,
Yeah, how'd you make up a
and
good
me,
story?
because I don't know the severity of this.
Sure,
I'm like,
sure.
Yo,
You got a general idea.
I'm
though.
like, yo, man, I think I just popped it out of place.
Yeah.
The
Th-
doc,
this guy's gonna push it
he
back
gonna
into
push
place.
it back
Yeah.
into place. We're
Yeah.
gonna be good.
He's
I'm
reading
gonna
Karl
be,
Marx in the
we
corner.
can still dance tonight.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be swollen for a couple days. I
Yeah.
should be back.
Some
No,
aspirin.
probably no salsa tonight, for me. But I'll be okay.
Okay.
Right.
So he comes out, and I'm like, all right, man. So you can see my knee. He's like, in his accent.
Yeah. Do it.
I can't. He's like, I'm NRK 99. Like
This is good.
here is knee. Knee is here. I don't push back because
This is solid. I
That
feel like
is
I'm watching
great,
Tetris.
Yeah.
there is no tendon.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, the kneecap's attached to a tendon.
The tendon is completely severed.
That's Red October.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so what does that mean?
Am I dying?
Can you attach it?
Yeah.
He said, I'm like, well, like I told him, I was like, you ain't about to do the surgery here.
What?
I don't know you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Carnival Cruise Line.
this isn't
Oh.
this isn't like a movie. I'm not about to let you do this.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh no, absolutely, I would never touch you. I was like,
Oh,
of course.
okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank
Right.
you.
Like he said, his accent went away.
Yeah, I'd never touch
Yeah,
you.
we're
Oh
good,
no,
sir.
I
man.
never touch
We're
you.
good, bro.
Don't
Yeah.
worry
We're
about
fine.
it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Legally.
oh, okay. And so they just gave me pain medicine.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Do you remember
So-
the rest of this trip?
I was high the entire trip,
Yeah.
and I had to sleep in my room.
Oh no.
No.
And my wife would get dressed, and she would go down and go get food. But she told me later that she would go down and cry.
Oh my gosh. This is the saddest.
No.
Oh wow.
Because the doctor was Russian?
Because he couldn't repair it.
Because
Right.
literally within day 2.
Yeah.
So, you know,
'Cause this is honeymoon.
this is
Right,
honeymoon.
right.
So I kind of ruined our honeymoon.
Yeah.
So even like when they would dock and go on the excursions, she had to stay back by herself.
God.
Wow.
Yeah, it was sucky. You
That's
know.
tough.
Have you
man.
made it
She
up to
probably
her
she
since
probably
then?
cheated on me. I don't know.
No.
but
Wow, that's a
I'm
bad thing to
just
put up there.
I'm just playing.
No, so
kidding.
okay, how long was the cruise?
The cruise was 6 days.
Okay,
man.
Wow.
so
So
Day
I was
2.
on it, and I was like, "Yo, well, can I get like a special helicopter to come get me and take me?"
Yeah.
or a rain check.
They was like, yeah, and they said some crazy price that I was like, I'll
Yeah.
just take the pain meds.
Yeah, the payments. Are
The
good.
pain- and
That's
so then we got
crazy.
into
Wow.
Tampa after it was over.
But wheelchair the whole time.
Wheelchair the whole time.
Did you get let off first?
led on first and off first.
That's what I'm talking about.
Respect.
First time I ever got that.
Okay.
First time.
Yeah.
First time for everything. Yeah, I felt like Rosa Parks.
I'm sitting here on these
Today.
wheels. Yeah.
So
You not gonna move.
Ain't
with
no
it.
white lady taking these wheels.
Ain't nobody
No.
taking these wheels. So I get to back to Tampa, get to Ohio, and
Wow.
they say, we're gonna put some other people's parts inside of you to reattach
Yeah.
it. So the reason why I wore these shorts today
Yep.
was to show you
That's a shiny scar.
this is the scar,
wow.
and that's my story from
They
the
went in
cruise
deep
line.
and
Dude,
far.
can I just say something to highlight your story? The cruise ship story I had prepared, I'm not going to share because
Thank
it was about
God.
me ordering too much chocolate milk, and I'm not even going to even remotely try
What
to
the hell's
compare.
that supposed to mean?
No, I literally,
I want to know it.
I genuinely, I thought all inclusive meant the room service as well. So I ordered like 38 chocolate milks because I was passing them out to my friends.
Not at once, right?
No, but we would go like on the excursions, and I was giving them to these little poor kids and stuff. And then like at the end, I
They
get,
call you chocolate milk guy?
yeah, and then I get the bill, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, this is a mistake. It's all inclusive.
You pointed to one of the poor kids. He got it.
Yeah, this is the chocolate
But
milk.
I'm just saying, you went through like tragedy on the ocean, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. And now part 2 to that. Like, did you get like an Ohioan's kneecap?
I don't know.
Would you rather someone else's?
This could be
Yeah.
like somebody famous.
Famous.
Yeah.
Maybe JFK's kneecap.
This could be JFK's
Couldn't it?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Presidential kneecap.
I don't know who's.
What
this.
was the recovery like
Did
though?
people salute it?
Bro, it's so weird because now when you get like knee surgery, they're like, I want you like doing jumping jacks tomorrow. And I'm like,
Sir?
no.
Right.
I didn't do them yesterday. I'm not going to do them tomorrow.
yeah.
But like, I had to like have a brace on and a cast. I think it was almost for like 2.5 months.
Wow.
Just
dude.
nothing. My wife had to drive me around to work. It was just awful. It was embarrassing. I felt bad, and then my wife got pregnant.
Hmm.
And that's
So
how
you
that
still
worked
putting
out.
in the work.
All day. Freak me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Only takes one knee for that, baby.
Bro,
One pivot point.
broski. Today.
So usually in this part of the show, we talk a little bit about history, legends, and lore. And I put out a request to our listeners, and I said, I want to hear your family's lore, right? So if you're from Florida or your family's tied to Florida, send in your family's lore. What's a story that gets told at Easter or told at Christmas or whatever, and we're going to share it on the show. And this first one was sent in by Leanne Martin, and I'm going to share mine at the end. I have some lore
You can follow.
from
You
my
feel
own family.
confident to follow these.
I think I'm going to beat most
Okay.
of these stories.
Wow.
I'm excited about it.
But Leanne Martin is from Chula Vista, California. And she said, my cousin was a member of the Bloods in San Diego.
Jesus.
I think it's a neat little club or something. She says, one day, one of his gang friends tells him that he has some business near where some of our family lives in Florida. He tells my cousin that if he comes and helps him, they can stay a few extra days in Florida and see my family. When they arrived at their destination in Tampa, they were stopped at a red light when the man my cousin was with noticed that the people in the car next to them was actually the gang's target that they had come to see. The man my cousin was
What?
with...
Hey, you can't read this, man. She's snitching.
I know. That's
Yeah.
this is a
Yeah.
confession.
What's
Murder
happening?
on my mind.
Whoa.
She says the man my cousin was with goes to open fire on the car
Oh my goodness.
when my cousin realized that they were actually old friends of his from when he was growing up in Florida.
What is happening? Everybody's an old friend.
I
though.
know. She
So
says
this is how Tupac got killed.
yes,
Yeah. Is that my
100%.
buddy?
In Tampa. So my cousin takes the gun from the man and proceeds to shoot him in the leg 3 times. He then gets out of the car and hops in the car driven by his old friends. She says he ended up going to jail for 3 years, but when he got out, he moved back to Florida, and a few years ago, he introduced me to your podcast.
What?
His name is Chris. He's an avid listener, and that was Leanne Martin from Chula Vista, California.
Chris is
First
the.
off, you can't
Yeah.
use his name.
I
Thank
know.
you. Yeah. Did you
doing?
change any names?
So she sent me his first name, not the last name, and I did clarify that her last name's not his last name.
I feel like it's not hard to put together.
She can't do that, man.
No. I will say this, Leanne, please let us know, DM us if you're listening, because we'll send you some merch, because you're about to go to jail.
And 9 chances out of 10, my man is still affiliated. I don't know.
That's true.
You still gotta get jumped out of gangs? Because I remember hearing that in middle school.
I was always scared.
Or
of
jump you in, jump you out.
I feel like I've never seen that happen.
The jump out?
I've never seen nobody getting jumped in any gang before.
I
gotcha.
saw.
I've just never seen that.
I
It's
had
a
my
proximity
okay. So I
thing.
will say
You're just
this:
close.
my friend got jumped into a gang, or I thought he was going to jump into a gang, so I didn't intervene.
Yeah.
because I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. He's joining a gang."
Yeah.
But then I found out they were just beating him up because he was gay. So it wasn't as cool as I thought it was.
Well, he was
That's a different-
joining a different
It's a different
Gang.
club.
Yeah.
He's joining a different
just-
gang.
Yeah. I remember at middle school, I got called, and my friend goes, "Hey, don't wear flannel tomorrow." And I'm like, "Why?" And he goes, "The Crips are coming to school."
Wow.
And I'm like,
that's
so
pretty cool.
I got off the phone. I'm like, "Dad, what's flannel?" And he goes, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because I can't wear it because the Crips are coming to school." And he's like, "The Crips aren't coming to your school, and you don't own any flannel."
The crazy thing is, the Crips only wear blue, so he excluded all flannel.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like a yellow flannel.
Yeah. No, I guess
Hey,
the
take
Crips
that
wanted
yellow off.
Yeah.
wanted to beat up the old honky tonks
Right.
and the country boys wearing flannel.
I heard a story one time.
But that never happened. No grown adults in a
No.
gang showed up to a middle
at
school.
middle school. I heard that
in
in
South
prison,
Lakeland.
It's crazy.
if someone says the Mexicans have on boots,
Yeah.
that means they're about to stomp somebody in the yard. And so that was like a signal of like, if the Mexicans are wearing boots, don't go work out today because
Well, how many prisons? You got multiple shoes on in prison?
I don't know. They passed out boots in prison. That sounds-
I don't know the gang culture, but here's what I do know. If you see a young black girl that's normally dressed to the nines
Mm-hmm.
and she has on flip-flops,
Uh-oh.
basketball shorts, and she's removing earrings, she's fighting.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, that-
Doesn't matter. You
Any
can-
removal of
I-
stuff.
if she has on basketball shorts, they're like,
going
wait,
down.
nope. Today she's fighting.
Barefoot.
Wow.
She
Barefoot.
will fight.
That's crazy. Like King David. Just like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
That's
like
the best-
barefoot, ready for
yeah.
battle.
It's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah. That's wild. Well, okay, so Leanne.
Who said I'll follow
I hope you're
Leanne's
safe.
story?
One more, Beth Ann from Miami, Florida.
A
She
bunch of
wrote
Anns
in.
here.
I know. This
Same
is
person.
This is two. Beth
Yeah.
Ann and Leanne was one
My
word.
other brother.
Yeah, actually, my cousin was in the Crips. She says many years ago, two men who didn't know each other left Florida to look for work in Canada. She says they each left a young wife
Is
at
this
home.
a riddle? What the hell am I supposed to figure out? Yeah.
Her
This is
writing
for
style is
Batman.
different.
Yeah.
Leave
Her
this
writing
for
style
the
is
Batman.
different.
Let him read this.
Yes, exactly. Yes. She says they each left a young wife at home, telling them they would send for them once they found work there. They both coincidentally settled in Montreal, and they found jobs and sent messages to their wives to come meet them. As it turned out, the two wives came to Montreal on the same boat. The two young men, waiting in the harbor for their wives to arrive, start striking up a conversation, and they realize they're both from Florida, and they bond over that and become friends.
Of course.
She says when the boat arrived and they met their wives, they introduced them to each other, and it turns out that the wives had also met on the boat ride over and also bonded over being from Florida. So these two couples apparently become like
Okay.
best friends over
Yep.
this like travel situation. In another coincidence, they realized that they both lived not too far from each other, just outside of Miami. So the two couples stayed in close touch,
Mm-hmm.
and in time, one of the couples gave birth to a boy, and the other couple gave birth to a girl. The boy and the girl spent their entire lives being best friends, and when they were old enough, they got married, and that boy and girl were my grandparents. They both returned to Florida to start a family, and down the road I came along. Really love your show. So wholesome story.
What?
Very cool.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah.
That's very cool.
That's actually vastly different from
Yeah.
the gang shooting
It sounds like a country song to me.
Yeah.
in the first story. I know.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm going to compete with both these stories.
Okay.
Because I've got a personal story. I do tend to hesitate to share because there's a parasocial relationship that happens on this show where folks feel like they know us, and then it's a bit awkward. They don't really know us, but then I'm sharing my heart here, and now they're
But
about
I'd
to.
say they got a really good read on us.
They got a good read on us. They know that I can't dance, and they know that Josh.
Yeah, I sleep upside down.
Right. So they know a couple things.
My man.
But yeah, so I was going to start off with this. My dad's a very stereotypical Irish man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that does make me happy. He's a very sweet guy, but he's tough. He taught me how to fight growing up. He made me do yard work in ways that I think broke a lot of child labor laws. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like get them potatoes out there in the yard.
Yeah, 4 a.m, time to garden. You know. And so he's very strong, very tough guy. But I learned a lot from him. So I was shocked to find out from one of my mamas that my dad was actually bullied growing up.
Well, what makes a tough man?
Being bullied.
I don't know.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
asking.
Yeah, I don't. I want to find out.
What makes tough?
Toughen me up. But at first I didn't believe it because I'm like, this guy, like my dad was bullied.
Never bullied.
He's a tough dude. And I wanted to see the size of the other man. Like, I want to see this guy is capable of bullying my father.
Yeah, maybe
Like,
he's my dad.
Maybe that guy's really my dad. Well, actually, I've never thought that till just now. Thanks a lot. Now I'm really confused.
Now I had a lot of questions.
Yeah. The interesting thing was I couldn't let my dad know that I knew.
Okay.
That he was bullied. Yeah, because I was like, man, like.
Your mom all tell you while she was like on the sauce?
Kinda. Okay. And like, she was on Oxy. And she. And,
what?
No, I'm just kidding. No, but it was like, because it's, when you have a male role model in your life, if it's paternal or not, like, you kind of think they're Superman when you're little. Like, nothing bad could happen to them, or they're strong. So I didn't want my dad to know. It's embarrassing. And so I told my mom like, next time I come over to go to the flea market, like, I want you to tell me about this guy that bullied my dad.
Yeah.
And so it turns out it was really bad. My dad's bully was a bad kid named Harotu. And
what's the word?
I need to know the name.
Did you roll an H?
Harotu. Naruto.
My dad's bully was called Harotu.
He rolled the R. Okay.
Harotu.
Yeah.
It's like a character from like an anime magazine.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll pronounce it Harotu for you guys.
Okay, yeah.
Instead of rolling.
Yeah,
just
dumb it down for us.
Yes, so that you're comfortable.
You're saying she, that's how she said it to you?
That's what she said it to me, yeah.
One more time?
Harotu.
Okay. Okay. Spell it?
H-R-U.
Oh, okay.
H-A-R-U-T-O.
Yeah. That's what worried me.
Okay. And
So you're bullied by a guy named Harotu.
yes.
He carries around.
But everybody in the neighborhood called him Harry. So we'll call him Harry.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We'll call him Harry, okay?
That's good.
But like most bullies, Harry became that way because of his home life, right? So I found out that Harry didn't actually have a bed to sleep on. When it was time to go to sleep, his parents would put a piece of plywood over the bathtub.
You found this out?
How the
My mom all told me.
How does she know that?
this like gossip.
Nosy.
They were neighbors.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Why over the bathtub? That's a perfect
It
spot
sounded
to
to me
sleep.
like she was getting some ammunition ready. She like, oh,
Yeah.
you come at me, I'm telling everybody how you sleep.
Yeah. So
I'd
Harry
rather sleep in the bathtub. Why on the bathtub?
He would cover with the shower curtain when he got cold. So he would just be on the
Yeah.
So he really wasn't like a bully. He was just mad.
Yeah, he was just
got bad
angry.
I mean, he sleeps
He
on
was just
plywood.
angry.
Bad
Another fact about his family: they were the only family in the whole city that owned well water. Everybody else.
Oh no! So he stunk. His clothes had that ring to him. God, yeah. And you go to the sink and you go, "Is this well water?" And you know it's well water, but the people don't admit it's well water.
So they was just doing him dirty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He had no chance.
Yeah. I always thought it was whale water though when I first heard it.
They
Yeah.
named him Harotu
Yeah,
and said sleep
On
the
pl-
bathtub.
Yeah.
and
crazy.
plywood.
I assume it's got a little give.
Yeah, and everybody else, man, had city line water, except for this kid, and so it
Did
sucks,
they
man.
opt out? How do they get
I'm not even
exclusion?
Hey, y'all want city water or well water? How much it costs?
Yeah, well,
$30 a month.
Well water.
we're gonna
Yeah.
have
Take the
Harry
well.
dig the well out back,
fine.
man.
It's cool.
He also didn't go to my dad's school. He went to juvie. So he was in
wow,
the juvenile
yeah.
detention center.
I remember
And
that.
this kid was so bad. Harry was so bad. When he walked into juvie, all the other kids would start singing for "He's a Jolly Good Fellow." That's how bad he was. He was the king of the bad kids.
Celebrating him.
Yes.
This sounds like a movie.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So So there's a lot of kids in my dad's town growing up. So I don't know why Harry decided to bully him. But it all started one day at the bus stop.
I assume
my
Harry
mom
was
said,
bullying others.
just my dad.
No.
Just my dad. Yeah, I had a target on him, man.
But he
So-
was king of bullies.
I know. The king of bullies. So my dad said he was just or my grandma said my dad was just standing there at the bus stop
Yeah.
talking to his friends, and Harry shows up on a skateboard.
Cool.
And she described him, and the way my grandma described him even gave me chills. And I'm a grown man, and she said that his hair was back in a ponytail, and he had both his eyebrows pierced. And he had a massive,
Back when your dad was a kid?
just crazy guy, man.
Like self-pierced?
And he had, I think so, and he had a huge chain wallet on, and a shirt that said "Justice for Hiroshima" on his
So
t-shirt.
he was Japanese.
He
or
was
something.
really.
suppose
yeah.
allegedly.
No wonder he's mad.
Yeah,
Oh, so they was like training my dude.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
He wasn't living this way because
Yeah.
they had him. They were
yeah, I
training
see
this
what
man.
you're saying.
He's-
They
Yeah.
were going to take the U.S. down from the inside.
Manchurian
That's
candidate.
a sleeper agent.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Activate.
he
and a skateboard?
yes, he ollied up to my dad, and he said,
Yeah.
he's,
Yeah.
and he said, he's just staring at my dad. My dad's like, "Can I help you?" And Harry says, "I'm gonna take your panties and I'm
What?
gonna twist them up until it hurts your beehole." Is what he said to my dad.
That's not far.
Now wait a minute.
yeah,
He was talking to your dad.
yeah. And he said, "I'm gonna take your panties and I'm gonna twist them up until it hurts your beehole." And I think what we realized is he was so poor.
The blowhole?
He'd
Because we
never
were talking about blowholes.
No,
earlier.
he never heard the word wedgie. So he didn't know how to. He was just describing it.
Oh,
he didn't
yeah.
know that word.
Well,
so
they're probably Japanese
Is
word for it.
that how he just talked all the time?
I think
he
so.
didn't know the words to
he
things.
just meant he was just
So he just overly described it.
Very
That's
descriptive.
crazy.
Yeah. Limited but extensive vocabulary.
yes, yes.
Wow.
And so
So you want a pencil?
yeah, yes, please.
Oh.
So
Wood with graphite
if you
in
don't
between.
if you don't mind,
Yeah.
and so I don't care like how strong you are, who you are. Nobody wants a wedgie, man. And so my dad
No,
was
there
like,
are pervs out there that want wedgie.
yeah, but my dad's no perv.
Yeah, that's true.
My mom always, but not my dad.
Ooh,
And-
give me a wedge.
And so yeah,
That's where he learned it.
Yeah, exactly. And so instead of giving my dad a wedgie,
Yeah.
Harry gathered all the kids at the bus stop and he pulled out a yearbook and he forced my dad to circle all the boys he would kiss with a pink highlighter.
Wait,
So-
this guy's got a yearbook?
He carried it around his backpack.
I guess like how did he force your dad to do that?
He's like, because otherwise you get a wedgie.
So he's got one hand on the briefs.
Yes.
And then he's like, take this highlighter.
Circle all the boys you would kiss.
I just would like have like a bunch of questions for my man. Like, why do you want to touch my underwear?
Trust me. I
I don't think you get one question out before it be
Yeah.
up to the
Is it?
beehole.
It would. So it was the back. It wasn't in the front.
No, not a front wedgie.
You can handle that.
No. No, yeah.
Not me.
Not me. Yeah, I couldn't. I'm real sensitive. I have to
Yeah.
put baby powder
Chafe.
on every day.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to pay
Yeah.
somebody off.
I've been up to the bidet too many times.
Oh, yeah.
It's raw.
He doesn't even wipe.
Don't have to.
Bidet. So instead of giving my dad a wedgie, that was the punishment. And so, and to clarify, my dad didn't want to kiss any boys, so it was awkward for him having to circle all his friends, with the pink highlighter.
Yeah. Was there a limit? Like, okay, if I circle 30, you'll leave me alone?
Why didn't he ask him like, well, I don't see your mom in here.
Oh,
I
damn.
see. That's a
can't
great
circle.
line. He would have been wedged up
Can't
to
circle.
a flagpole, bro. But yeah, here's the thing. This story actually has a happy ending because
Nah, I can't imagine that.
it does, man. Because here's the thing.
Asian happy ending.
Oh my gosh, I didn't put that together.
I know. Well, here's the thing. Earlier, like I said, Harry was a poor kid. And so my dad, in order to not be bullied anymore, my dad started bringing him like an offering every week. So my dad would bring him like a pillowcase full of potatoes from the garden.
Okay. Well, how much? Yeah, that's a lot of potatoes.
Yeah, it's just 3 or 4 dinners worth. And so because of this, Harotu would not have to bully my dad anymore. So he would take
paid
him home.
off with potatoes?
And he had meals for his family. So his status began to rise in his own family. He wasn't hungry anymore. So he wasn't angry anymore. So he stopped.
You are what we want you to be.
Yes. Yes. He started making an income
Yeah.
for his
Well,
family.
yeah, potatoes aren't an income. But
Well, okay.
You are a potato farmer.
Yes, right. And so essentially what happened was he ended up starting this ministry it's a trampoline park, like a rope park ministry called Bounce Back Against Bullying.
Harotu.
Harotu did
made a trampoline park.
as a ministry.
Nothing to do with potatoes.
Called Bounce Back Against Bullying.
I could have swore he was going to be a potato ministry.
That it
or a food
I
bank?
don't know. But I will say this. That's all I know. I can't unpack anymore. When my mom all got to a certain point in the story, I was like, hey, I just can't. I'm never gonna confront my dad about this. I don't
But
want to
he
know.
was the bully. What's a bounce back against bullies?
He wanted.
Yeah, it's true.
He's the bully.
It's very true.
It feels a bit hypocritical.
It does.
But who's gonna challenge that, man? Like I just wanted I wanted to end on a light note and just say that Harry, he did okay for himself, man.
Is this place in Ohio?
No, it's in
Where is
Florida. It's in Winter Haven.
I'm going there.
Is this fancy a flight? That ropes course?
Yeah.
I'm headed there.
Bounce back against bullying.
We're going.
What's the acronym for that?
Yeah.
Freak Nick.
BBAB. Yeah.
Like what?
All right. I just want to. Here's the thing. At the end of the show, Ryan, we want to roll the red carpet out for you, man. Like it's been an honor having you on the show.
Oh, thank you.
You crushed it as a storyteller,
fun.
and essentially all our show is a storytelling. So, you came and you brought it, man. Do you have anything going on that you're excited about? Tell us about your family. Like what's going on with you? How can the people know you better?
Man, a lot of things going on with me. I got 3 kids
Okay.
and a dog.
Knee has not slowed you down.
Yeah, the knee has not
Come on.
taken me out.
And a dog.
We got a dog too.
Adopted.
Adopted.
Yeah.
We love him. Shout out to Charlie Brown.
Come on.
Got a wife at home. Love her. We're just busy raising our kids and loving life, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And you are a pastor, an incredible one.
I thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
I do appreciate you saying
Yeah, and a lot of people love you, man, and I think like it's contagious because like you're such a friendly guy, but I will say like one thing that I love about you is that you know how to make a room feel like welcome and special, and I feel like you are a natural storyteller. Like I mean some pastors are on platform and off platform, but off platform like you just tell a great story, dude, and there's not like you'd be hard pressed to find a time where like you weren't surrounded by people and just telling stories. And so I think you are a no-brainer to come on the show, man, and you literally crushed it tonight.
I learned that art from my dad, and here's how I learned it. My dad told me, he said, son, you're going to come up in a world where people don't like you because of how you look.
Yeah.
So you have to be as disarming as possible so people get to know who you are and not who your skin color
It's
is.
massive.
Wow.
So I learned how to tell stories because telling stories would be disarming for people. So it was easy for me to just draw people and like, okay,
Dang.
now that we can get past like whatever hang up you have, we can actually talk as people. So,
Racism is the big hang up that people get hung
Yeah.
up on.
That's
Yeah.
wild, dude.
yeah, man.
That's,
But well, dude, you're incredible at it, man.
Thank
You're a
you.
great dude. You're a wonderful father.
Yeah, thank you. I
And
appreciate you saying that.
yeah, we thank you for coming on, man. Patreon.com/FMOFM podcast is where you can find all the stuff that you don't see normally. So behind the scenes, bonus episodes, the live stream. We're live streaming now to our Patreon subscribers, and they're having a wild conversation that I can't even read live on the air. But we love you. Josh, do you want to sing us out for anything, or do you want to?
Yeah, I was going to it, but then I had a drink and its voice a little hoarse,
Okay,
so I'll pass it.
no worries. Ryan, do you want to sing
Ryan.
us off, man? Pony.
What do you want to say?
Oceans.
Oceans.
That was good, man. That's great. Yeah.
Oh,
That was really good. Live stream. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Thanks for being with us through the stutter step. And we will be releasing an episode to you specifically, I think soon.
that burp was kind of
Yeah, sorry, my belly
That's
hurts.
an old man burp.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Where
burp.
you-
And my dad
You
was
burp and you talk through it.
my dad was bullied, okay?
God
I'm
bless.
working through this. Hey, we love
Oh,
you.
man.
We'll see you next time.
My
Dude,
dad.
well done,
Yeah.